So hello guys and welcome back to Chess with Ayush, and guys, I'm really happy today because I defeated the 2000 rated chess bot Lee, and I played a really high quality game. I had a 96 accuracy. I had been trying to defeat her since 2-3 days, and I defeated her several times, but I couldn't record the video. So I analyzed the game, and here's the key moments and the analysis. So I was white, so I began with the e4. She played the Sicilian c5, knight f3, pawn to d6, bishop to c4. This is my main line. I used to play this whenever I am white. I love this. I love to play this opening. She played e6, knight to c3. We were both just developing our pieces. Pawn to a6, pawn to d4. I was looking for a breakthrough here. And sorry guys. And I was looking for a breakthrough, and she didn't took, so I came back. She threatened to take my bishop here, so I came back, and then she developed her other knight, knight to c6, pawn to d5. I threatened to take her knight, so she took, I took, and now she had to move her knight. But she first gave a check, so I blocked the check by bishop to e3. So guys, I really need to tell you this, that whenever you can block the check by any other piece, you should block it, because if you just move your king, then your king can no more castle, and it would be really unsafe for you. So whenever you can block the check by any piece, like the engine is also showing me the move, the other bishop to e4, so I could have played that as well. But whenever you can block it, so you should block it. You should not usually move your king, because it's really unsafe. So now she had to move her knight because it was in thread. She played knight to b4. I played pawn to a3. It's telling it's a bit inaccurate, because I should have protected my white bishop. She took it. I take back with my queen. She played this move, which is a mistake, I think, because after I take, and she didn't took actually. Actually, I saw this thing in very usually in the bots, because sometimes they just sacrifice their pawns in the opening, which give them a little disadvantage in the end game, and this helps me a lot. So I usually don't think why she didn't took, and I just simply take it because she is a bot. She sometimes makes some mistakes, so I took it. She takes now. I long castle because now the my queen and the rook are in the same line, so that would give me a little bit advantage. The uh, the engine is actually showing me to short castle, because now the a file, you can see the her rook is completely taking the control of the a file, and I shouldn't long castle at that time according to the engine, but I did because I wanted an attack, and now my queen and rook are in the same line, and I have a nice attack here on the d file. She played bishop to d7. So actually, if you see right now, the engine is showing the move queen to d7. So can you guess why it's showing that? The only reason why it's showing that is because you should never usually keep your king and queen in the same line, because for example, if I had played this move here, and she wouldn't, but she might have played this move, then I can just play this, and she has to give me one piece of these. She can block it, but then I will take this, and see, she cannot move it because it would be a check, so she had to give it to me. This didn't happen, and after this move, bishop to d7, I played d6, threatening to take her queen. She took it, and guys, this was a mistake. So I also wanted to teach you one thing here, that whenever you take a piece, you should always calculate. Like here, I have two pieces to attack, and after I take, she has only one piece to defend. So the number of pieces you should have for defending should be more than the number of attackers the opponent have, and then only you can keep the advantage. So so this was a blunder, because after takes, bishop takes, I take. So now you can see that I am a complete piece up. She has one knight, one bishop, two rooks. I have two rooks, two knights, and one bishop. So I was completely in advantage. I don't know how she made this mistake. Her king was also really unsafe, so she short castled. So I took this free pawn on c5. I take this. She threatened to take my bishop. I played bishop to d4. And guys, if you right now see the knight on f6, it's right now controlling, right now protecting the me from taking the bishop on d7. So guys, I had threatened to take this, and if she is not careful, for example, if she had played this, I can just take, and she had to take, and after the defender of this bishop is removed, I can simply take it, and now I have a two-piece advantage. But this didn't happen, and uh, after this move, she played rook to c6. So now I exchange. So this is also a lesson for you, that if you are ahead in material, so you should exchange all the pieces, because if you exchange all the pieces, then also you will be a piece up, because as you, in the beginning also you will be you were a piece up. So after you exchange everything, you will be a piece up also. So I took her rook, she takes it back. I exchanged this also, as I taught you that we should exchange the pieces. And now I was just a piece of show. So I just began to convert this game, and she also had another disadvantage, that the double pawn on f file. So the double pawn are disadvantage, because they control many squares, but still they are a disadvantage that they cannot protect each other. So they are both very weak. So I developed my rook, and in the end game the rooks are really important. So I was right now threatening. For example, if she had played this h6, which she didn't, I could have just forked her bishop and the pawn, and she would have to give me one. So this didn't happen actually. She played this move and protected me from forking this. So I played knight to d4. This is what happened in the game. Knight to d4, threatening to take her bishop. And as I told you, I exchanged this also, because I was a piece up. And for example, if she had played some move like this, it's my move, sorry. She had played some move like this, and then I could have exchanged, for example, this would be a blunder, sorry. I could have exchanged this also somehow, then I would be a knight up. So this is what I was teaching you, that you should exchange whenever you are ahead in material. So I exchanged this, and then I was threatening, I was trying to push my pawns on f2, g2 and h2. So I bought my knight to defend them and trying to push them. She threatened to take my knight by playing the move f5. I protected my knight by playing the move knight to g3. She protected her pawn. I also attacked her pawn by by making this move knight to g3. So she had to protect it. She could also have pushed it actually. It would also be a okay move for her. She protected it. I played this move. So my idea here was that I can later on do this, and then this pawn would be really difficult to defend, because as I told you, she has double pawn on the f file. So I don't think this happened. So what happened was, I played this. She had to push. I played this move, threatening to take her knight on c5. She had to defend it. I defended my h pawn, which she had threatened to take. We exchanged the rooks. This was very nice for me. As I told you earlier also, we now exchanged the rooks also, and now I was just a piece up, which was a knight. So I was a knight up, and now my c pawn was actually pushing from here, but I didn't wanted to give my the double pawn on h file for free. So I bring in my king, and actually this pawn was also pushing, so I had to defend it from pushing. So I played the move knight to c5. So now it cannot push. So she takes, I take. She takes the other pawn also. So now I blocked the pawn from pushing, and I began to push my c pawn. I took this pawn also because it was not defending. So she played this move. I knew that my pawn was queening anyways before her, and I have a plus 60 advantage, because now my pawn is unstoppable. So I just promoted my pawn. Then I just won this pawn also, and I just promoted the other pawn also. Actually, you should never promote to two queens actually, because then the stalemate chances increase, and you don't want that. You also always want to win, so you should promote to a second rook, so that you can easily ladder checkmate, and you will not have any problems such like checkmate, stalemate. So I promoted into a rook. This is called under promotion. When you don't promote into a queen and promote into some other piece, it's called under promotion. So I under promoted, and she played rook king to c2, and then I ladder checkmate her. And this was the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I had really I really enjoyed this game because first of all I had a really nice accuracy and I defeated her, which I wanted since a long time. So guys, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and this was Ayush signing off.